sight, and a sight we have missed. Paris from above. When it comes to Roland-Garros, it's been brought to life by the fans and the tennis. Welcome to the 2024 edition of Roland-Garros. It's lovely to be back with you. It's lovely to have you back with us. And in terms of where we're at, this is day one of the main draw. The action is still taking place around me. And here for you just a few things that we have coming your way on tonight's show. Roland-Garros at its very best, with the second Grand Slam of the year well and truly underway. Carlos Alcaraz eases his way into round two. And it's a 23rd tour-level meeting between Andy Murray and Stan Wawrinka that will bring day one to a close. Now, I'm sorry to talk about the weather so early on. It's been very windy today, a little bit overcast, and we've had some rain. But the silver lining to that cloud is we now have two courts and two roofs. The latest addition was Court Susan Longland, that's had a very busy first week because for the first time, Court Susan Longland staged qualifying matches, and it would turn out to be quite emotional on the court where the action took place, because one of the players out there was Dominic Thiem, former runner-up here at Roland-Garros. He would fall in the second round of qualifying. He's announced his retirement from the sport at the end of the year, and tournament director Amélie Mauresmo presented him with a memento, a memory of his time playing on the clay in Paris. And Diego Schwartzman got very emotional. He, earlier in the year, announced he'll be hanging up his racket in Argentina next year, the start of next year. So this will be his final Roland-Garros. He took the microphone, he spoke to the crowd, and the tears duly flowed. Now, in terms of the rain, if it does rain, this is what happens. It's not as quick as this, but it is fairly quick. The roof closes and the tennis continues, which is fantastic news because you just cannot predict the European weather. And today, I know we've had the week of qualifying, but as it's day one of the main draw, tournament director Amélie Mauresmo officially declared Susan Longland open. And in terms of the action that's been taking place, we're going to round up some of the matches shortly, but there are still matches happening that are going to go long into the night. And a short while ago, the 2021 champion on the right there, Barbora Krejcikova, came out for her match against Victoria Golubic. So that one is just getting underway on Court Susan Longland. And as we like to do, we'll keep you up to date with the matches, match points, any events that take place over the course that we are with you this evening, taking you right up into the night session. The night session featuring Stan Wawrinka and Andy Murray. Now, Stan Wawrinka, a 2015 champion. He made his way into the building at 2:20, I like to be precise, 2:20 this afternoon, to get himself set, prepared and ready. His opponent, who he'll be meeting for a 23rd time, got to the final here the year after Stan Wawrinka won it. Andy Murray made his way in at 3:24 to get himself ready for this evening. And we're going to be building up to the night session a little bit later. But first up, we had 24 matches on the order of play. It's not a full schedule on the first Sunday, but a handful have been completed. So now's the time that we round up the action from day one. And we're going to start in the men's draw with Carlos Alcaraz. Not sure where he's at with that right forearm. It looked good today. Dropping just a handful of games against the lucky loser JJ Wolf for a win in under 2 hours. Now 13-0 in first rounds of Grand Slams, Alcaraz. Just a fifth match during the European clay swing, though, because of the injury to the right forearm. He says it doesn't cause him pain, but he is still very much aware that it's there, and you can see that sleeve on the right arm. But he's booked his place in round two. He got the job done. And following the win, he spoke courtside to Mats Wilander about how it feels to be back at Roland-Garros.
Yeah, I'm really happy to be back here in Paris, to be back to compete again. Has been a really difficult month for me. I love competing. I love playing tennis, and stay away from that. It was hurting for me, you know. And but I tried everything that I could do to be at my 100% here in Paris, in Roland-Garros, to show my best tennis, and I think I did it today, and I'm really happy to show a good tennis again.
Disappointment for the French number one, Ugo Humbert, also the 17th seed. He only has one career win at Roland-Garros, and it will stay like that because that man there, the delightful Lorenzo Sonego, who beat Humbert in the second round last year, picks up just his second career top 20 win at a Grand Slam and is into the Roland-Garros second round for a third straight year. So congratulations to him. I think that smile says it all. Now, for his first top 20 win at a Grand Slam, he beat Andrei Rublev, the 6th seed, who had come through in 4 sets against Taro Daniel. That's 11 straight Grand Slam first round wins for Rublev, who recently won Madrid. He then went to hospital with illness. His best here at Roland-Garros, the quarterfinals on 2 occasions, 2020, 2022. A junior winner in 2014, but confidence is high. He's playing well. He's fully recovered, and a lot of that comes down to what took place and what unfolded during his time in Madrid, which he spoke about in his post-match press conference.
Of course, the title in Madrid helped me a lot because I'm playing again really good tennis. And in general, the title in Madrid, I think it's the most special out of all that I had.
I just want him to smile. Doesn't look happy. Must be happy. He's into round 2. Someone who's happy is the Bulgarian, Grigor Dimitrov. No sets dropped, straight sets win for the 10th seed. His European clay swing reads Monte Carlo round of 16, first round exit Madrid, round of 16 Rome. He did reach the final in Miami on the hard courts this year, and he is back in the top 10. Last year at Roland-Garros, he is defending round of 16 points, which equals his best here at the second Grand Slam of the year. So congratulations. And look at that, the sun was shining earlier in the day. That didn't last. But Dimitrov is through. And a short while ago, this was phenomenal. The noise from court Susan Longland as Richard Gasquet, who has said he will finish playing soon, but he hasn't said will it be here, will it be later in the year, could he possibly progress further than that. But what a great win. Borna Coric lacking a lot of confidence at the moment, but he's so good on the clay. The noise that went on into his interview with Alex Corretja, with everyone screaming Allez Richard for a good 2 or 3 minutes. But he will be back at Roland-Garros because he's booked his place in round 2. So congratulations to him. Look at that face and look at that celebration. And don't forget to get a full roundup of exactly what's happened. You can go to the official website. Now, not in action today because he arrived late due to his appearance in Geneva is Novak Djokovic, the defending champion. He's still the world number one. He could lose that number one spot depending how things turn out. But where is he at in terms of form? It's been hugely disappointing in terms of the standards that he has set for him. So he was asked, and it was quite an interesting answer, as to where he feels his own expectations are coming into Roland-Garros.
Tough to talk about it. It's very subjective, and I almost feel a bit embarrassed to say, what my expectations are. Anything but a title for me is not satisfactory. So it always has been like that, and I know it might sound arrogant to a lot of people, but I think I have the career that backs it up, and in a way, me playing still at this highest level, one of the major reasons is trying to, write more history of the sport and win the biggest titles. That, Paris is definitely one of them. So
I think we are as intrigued as he is as to how he'll perform, but if anyone knows how to do it and how to lift the title, it is Novak Djokovic, so we wait and see. We are building up to the night session on tonight's Night and Day at Roland-Garros, and this is right now Stan Wawrinka. Now, this is his second session at the gym. His first was at 4:37. I feel I watch these players a little bit too closely. 4:37, he was first in. He is back here now because they're going to be walking out in around 12 minutes time, so just loosening things up. And the man that Stan Wawrinka will be facing, now this was earlier, so this was at 4:41, keeping it, well, you can see that because it's timestamped by the fact that Richard Gasquet is still on court. So Andy Murray pedaling away and watching the tennis. I mean, what better way to spend your time? But that was a lot earlier in terms of Andy Murray, and you've just seen Stan Wawrinka in there as live, right? so they'll be out in about 10 minutes' time. In terms of what is taking place, we like to keep you up to date with the action. This is on court 14. Now, this is Seb Korda having a medical timeout. He's up against the Frenchman Harold Mayotte. He will keep himself as loose as he can, and wisely so. You can see there Korda took the first set. And hopefully for Korda's sake, he'll be able to continue. Looks like he will be. He's getting himself set to return. 27th seed Sebastian Korda, and we will keep an eye on that for you. If anything develops while we're on air, we'll bring you the very latest on that. But having seen how some of the men got on in their matches today, it's time to switch our attention to the women. And we start with Naomi Osaka and Lucia Bronzetti, who were given the honour of opening up proceedings on Philippe Chatrier. The first win at a Grand Slam since January 2022 for the former world #1. Her first win here since 2021. She let a 4-love lead slip in the third set, but she battled hard to turn it around, and she could face Iga Świątek in the second round. It's what everybody is talking about. But just have a little listen to what Naomi Osaka had to say when she came into press following the win.
In a weird way, I definitely do feel like it's a test to see where I'm at. But I wouldn't say I have low expectations of myself. I'm a person that kind of thinks I can win every match that I play, so that's kind of gotten me this far. I would never play a match thinking lowly of myself, no. So.
Former champion, 2017, Jelena Ostapenko. You're never quite sure what you're going to get. And I think she's relieved the ninth seed to have come through against Jacqueline Christian, the world number 67, as smoothly as she did in straight sets. Now won 23 matches for the year, 2 titles, Linz and Adelaide. Hasn't lost a Grand Slam first round since the US Open in 2022. Quarterfinals in Rome, 4th round in Madrid. So congratulations to Jelena Ostapenko. Caroline Garcia, this was a tough one, and that is why there's that celebration, because she came from a set down against the qualifier from Germany, Eva Lies. It's a 14th Roland-Garros appearance since 2011 for Garcia. Best result was quarterfinal in 2017, and she, like other French players, have spoken about the pressures of playing at their first Grand Slam, but she feels that that pressure is lessened and she's feeling good, and she just wants to go out there and show her best. And she'll be delighted with the way she was able to turn that match around. So through to the second round goes Caroline Garcia. Ayla Tomljanovic was awarded one of the reciprocal wild cards, and she won the first set against Diana Yastremska. Yastremska will close out 6-3 in the third, reaching, would you believe, Yastremska, the second round here for the very first time. Her season was stalled during the spring due to illness, but she's back up and running, which is really nice to see. Tomljanovic, she missed last year due to injury, so she's still working her way back, only the 9th match that she has played all year. And for Yastremska, it's Wang Yifan in the second round. So congratulations to her. And having to fight, would you believe, she was love 4 down, a double breakdown in the deciding set, Marta Kostyuk, a point away from 5-love, Laura Pigossi, and then the rain came. And how often do we say this? The rain can change everything. It can change momentum, it can change mindset. It's exactly what it did in this match, with Marta Kostyuk able to turn it around. 3 hours and 16 in total with that rain delay. The rain delay came at 4-2 in the decider, but it would be Kostyuk who'd switch it round and win by 6-4 in the third. Great turnaround for Marta Kostyuk, who's having a really good season herself. And finally for now, Amanda Anisimova, who took that extended break from tennis. She said she learned a lot about herself, and she learned that she enjoyed and she missed tennis. So she's still making her way back, working her way back, Amanda Anisimova. She beat the dangerous qualifier Rebecca Strumkova in straight sets. Remember, Anisimova, a former semi-finalist here back in 2019 when she was just 17 years of age. And as I say, it's just so nice to see her back out here and playing tennis once again. So congratulations to the winners that we've seen so far. Now, every day we're going to get a shot or a moment of the day. Now, you might get in touch with us and say you had a different one, but from day one of the main draw, here for you is what we have selected as our shot of the day.
S'il vous plaît.
It's like he's waving a wand with that backhand. If you have a different moment, then you can get in touch with us via the social media channel. Sorry, we love to hear from you. Now, a little bit earlier, we saw Andrei Rublev. I wouldn't say exactly eased his way through. He did drop a set to Taro Daniel, but it was fairly stress-free for the 6 seed to book his place in round 2. I'm not sure the same can be said for the challenge that was set for him pre-tournament by Roland-Garros.
It's gonna be a long, long day.
Ready?
Bounce.
Oh!
Tout le monde est arrivé. Pourquoi j'ai choisi ce truc?
Ok. Vamos!
Nope. So close.
Has anybody gotten it? Oh my god!
There was a lot of happiness and there was a lot of frustration, and there's more to come from Ready Bounce, and you can also see some of the best bits if you follow us on social media. Now, from the very start, we've been building up to tonight's night session. A reminder, it's the first time on the opening day that we have had a night session, and I don't think it gets much better than the match we have in store for you tonight. And I'm being told that the roof is opening as we get set for a 23rd time at tour level, a 4th time at Roland-Garros. Andy Murray will square up to Stan Wawrinka. Cannot wait. As I mentioned, the roof is opening, as you can see there, which means the weather it's not going to be warm. It is chilly. It's a little bit windy, but at least it seems the rain has passed for now. So in terms of Murray against Stan Wawrinka, we thought we would dig a little bit deeper, with it being a 23rd meeting, into their head-to-head.
I think he deserves much more credit for everything he achieved. I always respect and I always enjoy watching him play.
You know, still competing at the highest level at 39 years old. It should be a brilliant atmosphere, and yeah, it's a good match for both of us.
It is intriguing, isn't it? So in terms of the players that we have for you this evening, let's start with Andy Murray, 37 years of age. Now, he's only recently returned from an ankle problem. Now, he returned at a challenger in Bordeaux to test it out and to get some matches. And remember, a lot of these players have got an eye on the Olympics at the end of the summer that is going to be played here at Roland-Garros. They're getting that time in on the clay. Now, Murray is looking for a first Roland-Garros win since 2017. When he beat Nishikori to reach the semi-finals, where he would go on to lose to Stan Wawrinka. It's his 12th Roland-Garros main draw. It's his first appearance. I think we forget it's his first appearance since 2020 when he lost to Stan Wawrinka. There's kind of a theme forming here. And he is facing the Swiss man there for a 3rd consecutive Roland-Garros. Stan Wawrinka a little bit older, 39, won Roland-Garros in 2015. 11 years now working with the Swede Magnus Norman. He's only played 12 matches this year. That's a mix of the tour and most recently a couple of challenges. He's just got 2 wins at tour level and he's got 1 at challenger level. And for Wawrinka, it's a 19th appearance. He's tied with Federer and Nadal for the 5th most main draw appearances in the open air. And we saw Richard Gasquet, who's making a 21st appearance here, and he got to a career high of number 3 in 2014. Remember, Andy Murray is a former world number 1. I mean, the history between these two and the stats and the numbers, is endless. So we've talked about two, can we call them veterans of the game? Let's go to another one, in Kei Nishikori. Now, he returned to the tennis scene this year. It's been so nice to see him back out on court. Now, this has just happened. He's up against Gabriel Diallo. Nishikori, 7-5, coming through in the tiebreak. Now, he has got the best, I'm not saying it's going the distance, but he's got the best 5-set record. Always very smartly turned out. And that is Nishikori. He is, as things stand, a set away from his place after 2 hours. Now, this is the tunnel. The players just getting themselves set, and we're going to return to these pitches very, very shortly. So while they go through the last few seconds of calm before they make their way up the stairs, we want to show you what the order of play has for you on the main courts tomorrow, just in case you want to plan your day in terms of viewing, listening, or maybe you're making your way here to Roland-Garros. So Court Philippe Chatrier, midday start, Ons Jabeur, Iga Swiatek, then there it is. Sasha Zverev against Rafa Nadal, and Gaël Monfils, he will star in the night session. And over on Susan Longland, the matches, well, they're fantastic. How about that? You have a ticket for there. You've got Yannick Sinner, followed by Stefanos Tsitsipas, followed by Coco Gauff, followed by Lena Svitolina against Karolina Pliskova. So much tennis to come, and the matches double tomorrow, so we have got 48 matches on the order of play for you tomorrow. Cannot wait. The weather is going to do what the weather does, but we have two courts with two roofs, and we're going to leave you now with the introduction of the players, Stan Wawrinka and Andy Murray, out onto Philippe Chatrier. You can enjoy this match by listening to ball-by-ball commentary on Radio Roland-Garros, and we'll be back with you at the same time tomorrow. Enjoy your evening.
Le premier joueur entré sur le court a été numéro 3 mondial. Il a remporté 3 titres du Grand Chelem dans sa carrière. De Roland-Garros en 2015, le Suisse Stan Wawrinka. Celui qui a été numéro 1 mondial, qui a lui aussi remporté 3 titres du Grand Chelem, double champion olympique. Il est écossais et britannique. Voici Andy